The day I'm filming this is election day, so I'm a wee bit anxious, so please have patience with me. Yikes. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to be talking about Khoobsurat. Khoobsurat is a 2014 theatrical release about a doctor who is hired by the royal family to help the king walk again, and how she kind of impedes the royal family with her personality and kind of falls for the prince, and how they kind of fall for her. Very cute. It is directed by Shashanka, Ghosh. Cinematography by Mahesh, Deshmukh, and Tushar, Kanti, Editing by Bakul, Matiyani. Music by Senha Kanwalker, Simab Sen, and Raza Tawari, and it's written by Indira Bisht. The film stars Sonam Kapoor as Millie Chakravarti, Fawad Khan as Vikram Singh Rathore, Ratna, Pathak Shah as Nirmala Devi Rathore, Kirron Kher as Manju, Amir, Raza Hussain as Shakar, Simran, Jehani as Divya. This actually had slow growing popularity in India. It released to kind of not a great opening, and then word of mouth actually saw it with a 30% growth. It did have a $2.8 million budget, like equivalent, with a $9.8 million box office equivalent. And the consensus was kind of like, it didn't break the mold, but left everybody smiling and wanting to see it again. Cinematography was really great. A lot of beautiful shots, a lot of great lighting moments. My biggest complaint is there were quite a few moments that were just a little bit out of focus. And some where like they tried to follow a character and keep them in focus the whole time, and they'd go out of focus but then like land in focus, obviously. So just like some of that, but otherwise gorgeous to look at. The music was fun. This was definitely way less like traditional Bollywood than some we've seen. They did have music obviously throughout, as a lot of normal movies do, but this kind of didn't do a dance number. It did a little. She parties with some of the staff of the castle, and they do have like a little bit of a dance number, like traditional Bollywood dance number, but it's not as traditional as like the full-blown like group dance. Like it did have it just a little bit, like a nice little nod to the traditional Bollywood dance number. Otherwise, the end credits is a little bit more fun, like rap pop dance number that they all do, or dance in a club type situation. Otherwise, not so much, and they don't really sing or anything, which is fine. I'm not hating at all. This was fun and the music was good. Truly, this is major rom-com vibes. It's 100%, I believe this is a classic. There are many Khoobsurat films. There's like a 1994 one. There's, I think, one from the 70s. So this is just a remake of a classic in India, it sounds like. And this, literally, like if you took The Prince and Me and like every Hallmark or Netflix Christmas movie about royalty, it's probably all of those mixed together. Like it's giving The Prince and Me with Julia Stiles. We know Prince and Me, right? And it's also giving like A Christmas Prince, the Netflix one that got really popular and had a sequel where like she's coming to work or whatever. She's a nanny. I don't remember what she is in The Christmas Prince, but this one a little bit more Prince and Me-esque because she's a doctor, but she's not falling in love with him at college. She came to help. So it's got a little bit of that in there. So it is very like, if like a very decent rom-com like The Prince and Me was meshed with a little bit of the Hallmark Netflix straight-to-video rom-com feel in the best way. I mean that in the best way. Especially toward the beginning, there's some cringe happening, some embarrassment happening, but it really finds its feet. It is absolutely charming, super stereotypical. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can call everything happening, but there's a depth to it that's really beautiful with the whole, like, the reason the family is like that is because they all have experienced the loss. Like, you know, they lost a child, the siblings lost a brother, and that's why they're all kind of stoic, which is a big thing, I know, in some of the rom-coms and stuff like that. It's got all the classics. It's got the very business-driven, he's got a fiance just because, like, that's the right thing to do, prince. It's got the younger princess who wants to run away and become an actress. It's got the stoic king who doesn't want to get better. It's got the queen who was forced to become the head of the house because of her injured husband, so she's very strict and mean, you know, and it's got the doctor who's just absolute chaos. She's clumsy, she, you know, is a big personality, she's loud, the exact opposite of them, but she knows how to do the work, right? So, it's got all the classics. It's very fun. I didn't expect, some of the, like, the thing that I didn't expect the most was Millie actually bonding with the king. Like, I knew she'd probably, like, butt heads with him and be like, you don't even want to get better. So, like, no doctor's going to be able to help you if you don't even want to get better type situation. I knew that would happen. But I didn't think, like, she genuinely, like, bond with the king. Like, they do all those fun things together. I thought that was a great part of the story. I really liked that. I thought it was interesting that, like, the first one to, like, break and be friends with her was actually the king. And, like, the princess a little bit, but much more, like, the king was first, and then the princess, and then slowly, like, you know, the prince and then queen came around. The kiss scene, the first kiss scene, was so good. Except that they were technically cheating on Kiara. I hated that. I hate when they do that. I know it's a huge thing in rom-coms, but I hate it. But it was very good. Very good chemistry, very good tension. They're both so beautiful. It's just so easy to believe. And then the final, like, when, you know, Vikram kind of breaks down and snaps at Manju to be like, for the love of God, just let me marry your daughter, was so good. A great little flip there. And then when they kiss again, it's so sweet. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful. Millie's mom, Manju, like, calling her out, being like, oh my God, you love him, over Skype. And her being like, no, I don't. And she, like, hangs up the phone and runs away. So real. That's such a real reaction. Her, like, saying she's fallen in love with Vikram, that was such a sweet scene, and him being like, please, like, I, you know, because he's engaged to be married, and he's a prince, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. When the king stood, when he was talking to his wife, that is the, dude, I was this close to counting it as a cry count, because I got so teary. I was so excited that, like, he stood and he was telling his wife, like, it's time for me to stick my foot in people's business again. Like, we're being too strict on our kids. We don't even have a relationship with them because we're so afraid of what happened with Ambar, their kid who died. Kiara, probably the nicest and greatest person of all time, because he tells her that, like, you know, he wants to break off the engagement because he's fallen for this girl and he did kiss her, and, like, he's full honest, you know, and she is so, like, I understand, like, or, like, she doesn't say I understand, she's like, I don't necessarily understand, but, like, I understand you wanting to break it off with me. Absolutely. And she's very much like, thank you for telling me, I'll get over it, I'll be fine. And then she's very much like, I don't understand what you're feeling, but maybe fate has something for me. Like, I was like, okay, Kiara. A tried and true, incredible woman. Incredible. Overall, this was so sweet, so fun. I loved this. This was a great ride. It was also a breath of fresh air. It, like, wasn't a superhero movie, or, you know, like, I needed a little bit of a rom-com. Also, I had missed the India movies, so I was happy to have one again. And it was good, and I loved it. I don't know. Okay, no, my favorite is still Like Stars on Earth. That movie is so good. But this is probably second now, because this is very good. I like this a lot. What do we have? We've got, well, Roadside Romeo's toward the bottom. Dujuni Char was pretty good. Once Upon a Warrior was pretty good. Arjun the Warrior Prince was pretty good. But Like Stars on Earth is just, like, peak, so. But this is probably second. This was so fun. My favorite part is the end, because it's, you know, happy ending. They all end up together. They're all happy and happier and grown and all that good stuff. Also, though, Divya telling the mom that it was not Millie that told her to run away. She had been planning to run away for a year, and Millie kept saying not to because her family faces stuff. They don't run away. And also was encouraging her to study and keep studying for her tests and stuff like that. I love that moment, especially because it was really helping highlight the crack in the mom and / queen's armor. Also, shout out to the queen. She was very good. She had a great face of, like, dear God, at, like, the shock and horror of someone not being proper. incredible. Least favorite part, probably Manju. I hate to say that, but Millie's mom was, I was fine with her. I had no problem with her. I got that she was also obnoxious, and that's how Millie came to be. But the scene where Millie is just trying to, like, talk to them about Divya running away, Manju keeps butting in and is so obnoxious. And I legitimately was like, shut up, Manju. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, you're done. And I get she was trying to protect Millie and be like, hey, now, you don't get to blame my daughter for your kid's stuff. And, like, this is a family problem. Like, you're the one who, like, your kids can't even confide in you. Which, like, I get, but Manju was, like, it was too much. Too much! Specific moments, they did have a Disney opening. Like, the Disney Castle was the opening. I watched this on Netflix, for those wondering. It's 2014, Khoobsurat, it's on Netflix. It was a blast. Tried watching it at a faster speed, because Netflix allows that, but I couldn't do it. The subtitles were already kind of fast, so. And I try, you know, I'm taking screenshots, I'm taking notes. So, like, if I look down while they're speaking, you know, I'm trying to take notes, and then I look up and I'm like, oh god, too many things has happened, right? I got so invested. I truly was so invested in this. I thought it was a really great time. I would definitely recommend, and I would definitely watch it again. I'd love to watch this again, actually. It was really fun. And it was not 3 hours. It was like 2 hours and 10 minutes, but that's like a normal movie now at this point. You know, I was expecting it to be like maybe 3, because that's typical Bollywood. That's all I have for Khoobsurat. My final rating is 7. Oh god, what should I do? Castles? That feels ridiculous. There's not really like a item in this movie. 7 princes out of 10? Sure. Our total movie count is. Parental and cry count are still the same, even though it was really close, guys. If you want to keep up with Movie I'm Watching When, follow me on all socials to find out Movie I'm Watching When. I put out videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I've got a tier starting at just $1 where you get every video a week early, a coupon code for merch, exclusive merch access. Tiers above that, you get daily trivia. You get monthly postcards. You get your name in the description of every video. You get bonus content. Go check it out. Buy merch. Merch is great, merch is grand. This is the classic. Got the ED meal on the back. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, but I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so do. And don't be... I would say the queen about it, but she came around. So then there's not really... Maybe the people who tried kidnapping Millie? Don't be them? Okay. You just want to go play your video game?